Good morning, good morning, good morning. Here we go for more drawing. Yay! Okay, so let's see. Today is the 3rd of June. We are in June, and thank God for another beautiful day, another lovely day. So, well, let's see. Once again, another day where I'm going to draw, and I have no idea what I'm going to draw. So, another day of wonderful surprise. Well, let's see. Okay, well, as usual, I will start out with a scribble. All right, let's see here. Well, hmm. Well, gee. Hmm. Well, okay, you could have something here like an arm or somebody looking down at something here. Maybe they're going to drop something into something and they're standing up here. Okay, so yeah. Oh, maybe it's oh yeah, maybe they're feeding an animal or something. That's kind of cool. An animal's right. Whoops. Animal's right here. Maybe it's a cat, and maybe I don't know. This is somebody feeding the cat. How's that? All right. Or a dog or a cat. Somebody. I'd say probably more likely a dog because the cats do they actually? Do cats act like this? Do they actually look up and you know look at their masters and go, "Hey, master, thank you for whatever it is that you're giving me." I say I've never had a cat. When I first met my wife, she had two cats, and so I kind of know cat behavior. I'm more of a dog person myself, but I don't recall cats being uh, attentive to their masters. But I don't know. I'm not a cat. Like I said, I'm not a cat person, so I'm a bad person for talking about cats. All right. Well, anyways, let's see. Uh, so this guy is looking at the cat, and he's clearly feeding the cat something, maybe a fish. I don't know. So there we go. Yeah, there we go. So here he is. There. Let's see. When you're creating something out of nothing, um, you need to kind of have a healthy sense of wonder. And, you almost kind of going back to how you felt when you were a little kid, where everything was fun and all of the things that you discovered, everything was new, and you had an open mind. Now, yeah, it's easy to say that, and I know it's not necessarily easy to do it, especially if you're an adult, which I would suspect most of us are. But you know, you can, as an artist, kind of bring yourself back to having a childlike wonder just in how you approach life. If you just ask yourself certain questions like, "Gee, if I don't know, if I look at the situation that I'm say looking at that particular moment as something completely fresh and new, then how would I act if I didn't know anything? What would be my reaction? What would be my how would I look at how would I act if something that I was interfacing with was completely new, that I had never experienced it before?" And just asking yourself a question like that actually at least makes you start to think about what that would be like. Now, you might have a hard time just, you know, immediately getting your mind into that place, but you do at least have to ask yourself the question, what would that be like? How would I navigate that space? How would I act? What would I do? And it's just really, I guess I'd have to say it's just asking the question starts to get you there. Might not get you there completely, of course. I wouldn't say that it would do that, but it would at least start you down a road to finding out whether or not you can put yourself mentally in a place and act childlike. And so hey, you do what you have to do to be where you want to be. You do what you have to do to be where you want to be. Okay, that's profound, sort of. All right. Okay, well, so we got something here. Let me go back out. Hard lines on everything too is something that I really love because when you put a hard line on things, um, then you're having to be really definite, um, which is great. But you having to make up your mind and be real sure about what it is that you've just done, while it could seem like a bit of a straitjacket, in some ways it's actually a blessing. Because the more you have to kind of decide on stuff and you have to say, okay, this is what I'm going to do, it sort of lessens all of the other things you have to do. It's like then it becomes one less thing that you have to do. I don't know if that makes any sense or not. It becomes one less thing you have to do. When you're iffy about something, you're kind of all over the place. You don't really you can't make any decisions because you won't make any decisions. The minute you do make some decisions about anything, then you start to lessen all of the problems that you're going to have because you made a decision. You know, and so now that's just like I said, that becomes one less thing that you have to do. And then what that does is that makes some of your other choices a little easier because now you've eliminated maybe the harder of the choices. Maybe, you brought everything down to something that you can actually navigate a little easier. So let's see. All right. Let's see. Well, I guess the cat orange. No, cat doesn't have to be orange, does he? Cat could be black. Yeah, that's true. Cat could be black. Could be a charcoal. Well, you can't see him now. It's too black. Cat could be gray. Oh, that's true. Kind of. All right. The fish, probably a lighter gray. That seems kind of boring, huh? Well, let's see. Maybe we'll make the cat like a light brown, maybe, or Well, we could do that. Yeah. Uh. Okay. Well, I suppose I could have put a little more effort into the cat. Hmm. Yeah, maybe I could have done that. Maybe on the next one, huh? Yeah. I gotta work on my cats. For all I know, there's a lot of cat lovers out there. Don't hate me. I'm a dog person. I don't know. Cats are so independent to me. It's like they act like they don't need you. Whereas dogs are so happy to see you all the time. So, but my wife, the cat she had, they were okay. They were like little kids. My wife loves animals. We've had all kinds of animals. We've had everything from hooded rats to whippets. We even had a ferret one time, birds. I think my wife has opened me up to all sorts of different kinds of critters. Critters. So there you go. All right. Well, any whoosies. All right. So another day of drawing done quickly. This is a short one, huh? All right. Well, hey, and I will be working on the animation, part two of the animation tutorial that I was doing the other day. So I will be doing that. I haven't done it yet, but I will be doing it. Well, you all have a great day. Keep drawing, keep those sketchbooks going, and remember, Jesus is Lord.